Or we can pause that. Hi, you guys. I'm feeling so much myself now. I don't know. Yeah, I've been going through war. Y'all seen what happened at Walmart? Like y'all didn't see it, but y'all seen what happened at Walmart. Um, but look, I'm going through so much spiritual warfare and stuff like that. But I need to get these videos out. And the thing about it is I have a video about like me showing y'all my nails and stuff. And once I did my nails, it's like, okay, like I was telling y'all like God had really set me down because, I was like the reason I went into Walmart was because like I was in pain, like I had like a thing that was swollen on my leg and stuff like that. So I had to get that down and stuff like that. Um, so I had to deal with that and stuff like that, which is probably just like the devil being mad because I had started back, putting God, you know, like in his rightful place. Like, and it's some things I had been working out over and over and over again. And I kept saying, like, I want this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And I started putting God back in his rightful place. There's still some things I want to do, but I haven't got to that just yet. But like like I have gotten to a start. And, I just thank God that, I'm able to put him in his rightful place and stuff like that. So I'm thankful and going through that warfare of being swollen for like a week and stuff like that. And then having to go in Walmart and deal with like people and them being discriminatory and racist and all this other stuff. I just was like, I just had to, and it's so funny because it's just like, I got the video, I got the proof, because like I want to vlog with y'all so much and take y'all on different experiences with me. But then that's why I was saying on Instagram, I was like, the video is up if y'all want to see that of what happened, at Walmart. But it's just like, if y'all actually walked in my shoes and seen like the stuff and the things that people say and do, you know, it would shock you at like just the times we living in right now. Like when I say, and it's so funny because when I wrote my first book, um, when I wrote my first book, um, like I was already knowing I was giving birth to different things and stuff like that. I knew I was giving birth and stuff, but it was like it was like I was kind of, and I'm keeping, well, my alarm will go off when I need to leave. Um be a little nerd right now. It was kind of like, like God had given me revelations, like something in Revelations, and that's how I priced it. God had given me something in Revelations, but honestly, I would go down to, because like I kept seeing 616, and that means to give birth in Hebrew and Greek and stuff like that. So I would go down to $6 or something like that. My first book is my baby and stuff like that. And I don't like, I'm not busting. Like I seen somebody put their book for $30, and it's just like, if you don't have like the people backing you, like, and this is why I don't want to be under like a publishing company and stuff like that, and everything, because I want the freedom to write when God tells me to write. And right now God is telling me to do this freaking video because what has happened, like the things that from last year of someone telling me something, and this is going to be all in the video, from someone telling me something and being like, oh, like, are you excited about this, excited about that, it's playing out now in my life. And it's so funny because I tell y'all, like I was telling Instagram, like humiliation rituals and stuff like this, and like that's real, no matter if it's on a spiritual level or no matter if it's just someone trying to someone, I'm watching my time, someone trying to just so no matter if it's a humiliation ritual spiritually or a humiliation ritual like in the physical, which is like they try to, single you out, or they try to, in the physical is just like they try to single you out, they try to, say this or say that, or they try to get the boss to do this and feel this way about you and say this about you and all of this stuff. And that's a humiliation ritual in the physical. Now in the spiritual, it's a little bit different. And you see like these celebrities who, if we look at Lil Nas X, but he also mocked God and stuff like that. So, but certain thing that you would have to do for fame when it comes to the devil. And no matter if you kill, like you, there's this person on YouTube that I ran into just randomly, and she talks about like a lot of like African people who have, basically sold their soul, which the soul is not really theirs to sell, but sold their soul to the devil for like riches and fames and stuff like that. If I can find like just like a random video of hers, I'll try to find it. Hopefully God, brings it back to my, For You page. But she talks about like them having to, have sex with people. I heard one story that she talks about to where she says they told him to have sex with someone disabled, basically someone who was mentally challenged, and he had to have sex with multiple people, like, and he would go like to different areas and have sex with him, and the riches came, like wherever, the riches, wherever he like had a business and stuff like that, the riches came. But it's just like all money is not good money, all money is not good money. So the fact that you are having sex with these mentally challenged people, even though he didn't want to do it, it went from mentally challenged people to like, I think, saying, so it's just like, this stuff is real. Like the spiritual, it's a little like, if you're not prepared for it, if you're not ready for it, it's a little bit scary. And then you look at like Blueface and his new girl, and she's legit in a closet with like little stuff, and it's just like, why are you allowing her in your house with this stuff? It's an altar, so why are you allowing it in your house? And then she's like, oh, we're tied, we're spiritually, you gonna have to get Jesus. And he's like, how do I get rid of it? You gonna have to get Jesus, and you gonna have to be for real about it, because God is not gonna allow you to separate yourself from this person if you're not serious about walking with him and coming out, on the other side. Because it's just like, bro, you gonna need Jesus. Like she has a whole altar in your house, and you up here asking chat like, how you gonna get rid of her? You gonna have to prayer, fasting. First of all, you gonna have to get her out your house. You gonna have to send, and God is gonna give him an out. And people feel like, oh well, like, I feel like they will kill me. I feel like they will do something to me. I feel like they will, but God gives you outs. Especially if that person be like, oh, well, I need to leave, I need to go. Let them. Let that person go. And do not allow them to come back. And I feel like that be some of our problems, some of our issue. Do not allow them to come back at all. But y'all, I'm feeling better. Like, so I gotta put out this video. Like, and it's something God had put on my memory, and I'm like, Lord, I was like, you remember when this person da 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 da? And I was like, since I was starting this new thing on my channel and stuff like that, I'm like, Lord, maybe I should, do it. And I kind of like took a back seat to it, because now as I look at it, I'm like, as an adult, as a person who is grown, I look at it as I look at it as, you know, people shouldn't glorify this. People shouldn't glorify this. People shouldn't think this is cute. People shouldn't be like, oh, like it was like this such amazing thing. It's something I wouldn't even allow my children to be like. I'd be like, no, like that's something that, you know, that's something that you shouldn't even like want to glorify or put on a pedestal, because, and that's why like my soul is like, Lord, I don't wanna, but then I know that it's also like a message behind it. It's also my testimony behind it, especially like what I'm going through right at this second, to where it's just like a whole bunch of people just trying to spread rumors and trying to have, you know, spread rumors and trying to have trying to have you know, different dialogues and try to point the finger at, you know, and it's just like, what you pointing the finger for? Like, what you pointing the finger for? But, you know, in my other video, I said, you know, since, you know, God is pushing me to do this video and stuff like that, I'm gonna have fun with it. So since I did my hair, y'all, since I someone did my hair, since I did my hair, this was looking better yesterday. I had put in some braids. But since I did my hair and stuff like that, I need to go ahead. Honestly, I need to go ahead and do like, I'm not gonna do the voiceover right now. I'm going to basically, I guess I need to write it out. You know? That's what I'm thinking. I think I need to write it out. And then I need to basically transcribe it, and then I need to put it into video of like just script it out, because I don't think I want to go off script, because y'all know I do better with, you know, writing my videos out and stuff like that. There go the writing thing. Writing my videos out and stuff like that, and actually so I do better with writing them out and actually just having like a blueprint. So with this video and stuff like that, and since God is pushing me to do it, even though I don't want to, God is pushing me to do it, I am going to want a blueprint of it. And I already did it, y'all. I already kind of wrote out like, and it was been months ago, and I just sat on it, because it's just like, now that what I'm going through with people, just like, it's already been there. It's already been there and stuff like that. But I think it's just because I'm about to, you know, hit a different level spiritually, hit a different level wherever God going to take me, or, you know, wherever God is going to elevate me to. I'm about to hit a different level, and people are trying to hit me hard with it, and I'm okay, because I know God is on my side, and I'm doing, you know, I'm doing what God has called me to do. I'm walking in good standard with God. So yeah. And honestly, this battery is not charged. I'm gonna have to come back later on. It's gonna be dark, so y'all gonna see the line change. But yeah, y'all, like, stay in God's will. But I feel so much better, because after I did my nails and stuff in that other video, like I did my toes and stuff like that, and like I took care of, like I had a self-care day, like all over self-care, and I hadn't had that for like since I was doing all this moving process and stuff like that. And that's why I said, like, you know, I can't stand moving. Like, I can't stand moving, and I hadn't moved for 3 years, and it's just like, you know, God, you placed me here and stuff like that. And it's just like, you know, I didn't really, like, I still feel uncomfortable comfortable, because you know it's not what it's not what I expected. It's not what I seen. It's not, and then God wasn't really, but God blessed me so much, and I need to do that video too. So it may be like the nail video, which I did Tuesday. Today is, let me see if it'll show you the time. Stop it. I don't want you to unlock. Saturday. I need to change my background to my phone. But Saturday, August 15th. August 15th. So, yeah, so I need to do that video of just like how God, brought me here and stuff like that. And just, how I seen God move in where he was bringing me and stuff like that. But in my mind, in my space, I wanted to still, be in the house that I was in, even though like God was putting a whole bunch of stuff, like God was like move, and I can understand why God told me to, like, he put so many barriers into, like, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, it's time for you to go. Like, I can understand why he was, doing different things and stuff like that. And I'll tell y'all in that video and stuff like that. But let me go, y'all. Let me get up and go, because I got stuff to do. But I love you guys. I love you guys. I feel so much better. Like, can y'all tell? Like, my energy feels so much better, because like I got myself together. I had a self-care day and stuff like that. That's what I did on like Monday and Tuesday. I had a self-care day, and I was just able to relax. I wasn't worried about nothing. I wasn't worried about this needing to get done, this needing to get done. I was just able to relax. But I'm gonna plug this phone up. We'll see if it gets some charge. I don't know, y'all. Don't don't ask me if it's gonna get charged or not. But I'm gonna plug this phone up, and we shall see. But I love you guys. I'll see you guys later. And it's gonna transition to the next slide. I thought this was going off. And we're back. I think I want to watch one YouTube video on the TV before I go to sleep. And it's some light, y'all. Like, I told y'all it wasn't going to be no light, but it's some light. A little bit, not a lot. But, I wanted to finish this video and stuff like that. Like, y'all, it's so crazy. But I had to go back to what I was telling y'all about, like, different videos that I want to put out. So, my coworker, he was like, man, he was like, it was this dude, he was saying, like, it was this dude that was making rumors about him, and he was talking to a girl and stuff like that. He was like, this dude was making rumors about him and stuff like that, and saying this and saying that about him. And it's just like, man, I don't like, if the person that I'm with or interested in believes the rumors, then you're not for me. My person feels like, oh, like she did this, she did that, then it's on them. But the humiliation rituals, the people talking, the people saying this, saying that, and then the people believing it, it's just like, that's on you. These people are questionable, no matter if they're black, white, gray, yellow, purple. Like, they will push a narrative about somebody, and that's why I'm like, leave people alone. I don't care if they feel like, if you feel like this person is weird, this person is this person is clingy, this person, is a little bit slow. It doesn't matter, because it ain't you. It, like, and what is you doing to, like, why is you messing with this person? Like, why is you messing with this person? Why is you even trying to have an interaction with this person? Mind your business, leave them alone. I'm so sick of saying it. It's just like, mind your business, leave them alone. But I knew, like, that it was like, it's a turning point, because it's just like, you know, crazy how it's already telling y'all like how the humiliation rituals, and you know, some people are becoming aware of like, okay, well, this was said and this was said and this was wrong, and this person is doing this and this person is doing that. But I still, like, for the people who I have witnessed, like, don't take up for me, don't protect me and stuff like that, I remember that. Like, I remember that. And it's so funny because, you know, even with me being in pain that week and stuff like that, me being in pain, I was, you know, telling my husband, and I was speaking on my husband, and I was like, you know, I was like, I don't know where my husband is and stuff like that, but I'm ready for my community. I'm ready for the godly people to come into my life and to sit there and pray for, because like this spiritual work, because like I'm going through spiritual warfare, and all I'm trying to do is go to Walmart and get some pain medicine, which I should have just went to the freaking dollar store like I wanted to. But yeah, God was covering me and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's just like, you can get somebody killed, you can get somebody abused. About my nails, I feel better with this video because there's a relief, because I was able to do my self-care. I was able to take care of myself, which I have been, and I need to get up off of here. I only wanted to talk like 20 minutes, but it's 12:04. I need to change my background, y'all see my background, and that's how much time I got. 9:29 in 8 seconds. But yeah, like, I just wanted to come back on because I want to keep my promise. Like, y'all, I can't stand people that say they're gonna do something and they don't do it. But yeah, I was telling my my coworker, I was like, I straight up told him, I was like, I don't care, like, if a dude believes that you are something, or sit there and take somebody else's word. You know, if a dude believes someone else, you know, over you, that's on them. That's on them. But yeah, like, it's crazy, and it's so funny because how the world is going, and how, like, I kind of talk about how the world is going, and how, like, all these recalls in the other video, like, we gotta get smarter and stuff like that. And I know most people are going towards the route of, you know, making our own food and doing our own food and stuff like that, but we need a lot more. Like, we need a lot more other skills. Like, there's other skills that we need also, so other than just like making our own food and stuff like that. But yeah, so I got that video. I'm gonna have these videos come back to back. So the Walmart video already out, the nail video, this video, and then I want to go ahead, I guess I want to go ahead and do the video of how I got here and stuff like that, to just explain to y'all, like, how God really moved me from one space to the other. And I feel like it was very much a spiritual move, a move that was needed in the spirit, because I couldn't stay where I was. I legit, like I told y'all in the last clip, I couldn't stay where I was. And I noticed such a change in me, and I know now to follow God and keep God first in this place. I know to do this and that and all of this other stuff, and just keep God first. And no matter what, and I know I hinted at, like, just, you know, being over here and stuff like that. um, but you know, I feel like God is going to do something. God is going to move. And honestly, me being here and stuff like that, I go to work, come home. I go to work, come home. I, cook something, shower, go to bed. So I don't do too much here. I don't plan on doing too much here. I thought I would have did a lot, but like I still be making plans. Like it's so funny because I remember being on Instagram, but like God is making plans in it, and I'm like, no matter what, God is making plans. But I still have things I want to do, things I want to accomplish, and that's why I was telling y'all, like, I wanted to accomplish it from that space, but I feel like God had to get me out of that space. I feel like God really had to get me out of that space and to be able to be where I am now. But yeah. So if anybody else is going through that, like, I don't even know, like, I guess go to places to where they're not being racist or they're not being discriminatory, and that may be hard depending on your city or how much spiritual witches you got trying to fight you, or if you're going through a Job or a Hosea or Joseph moment. I don't know how to explain how to better, I don't know how to explain how to, how you're going to just mentally stay grounded in God and Jesus Christ to be able to get through humiliation rituals, people lying on you, people saying this, people saying that. Like other than me testifying of stuff I go through, like how do I help y'all keep walking and keeping your head up? Because I like that will click up. People feel like, oh yeah, this person right, and it's like, no, this person is wrong, but y'all are gonna believe them because this is your person that you cool with. This is this and this is this, and y'all completely in the wrong, and you in the wrong for believing them. But yeah, you can't do nothing. Like I said, I've been through it, and at the end of the day, on the other side of this is a breakthrough. On the other side of your struggles, on the other side of the humiliation, the people lying on you, the people saying this, the people saying that, it's a breakthrough. It's God coming through for you. It's God it's God it's God letting you know that, because it's so funny, because if y'all watch my 2-hour video or the video I did about Valentine's Day, like legit people was in there recording me then. So this is like, it's nothing new, and that's why I say, like, us black people are not standing together. Us black people are not creating our own businesses and stuff like that. I don't care if, and of course, like once you start the businesses, there's gonna be some hater. There's gonna be somebody who hates on you and be like, and you getting business and you running your business, and they'll be like, oh well, this license is not this is not up to code, this is not up. Remember Beauty Shop, y'all? Remember Beauty Shop and how much Jorge was hating on Gina? That's the type of thing, like when you run, and he hired somebody to break into her shop just because she got all the clients because she knew how to do hair. He was only getting business because Gina had a high client list. So that's the type of, like, yes, as a black, but we supposed to rally around each other as a black community and be like, oh no, like, oh, this shop got broken into, nah, we need that. That's something that, oh, this place got broken into. No, we need that for the kids. Oh no, this place, we need this. We need this organization. We supposed to come back and stand 10 toes, but like behind each other. So like you're gonna get that. You're gonna get, oh, this not up to code. This not up to code. Where's your license for this? And this is happening. And like you're gonna get a hater like that. And honestly, with Gina's situation, he had money, so he was able to pay somebody, and he was able to pay off like the inspector and stuff like that. But at the same time, God was still with Gina, and I'm using Beauty Shop. Beauty Shop. I had the movie. I think it's at my mom's house. But legit, like God still used Gina and still was able to prosper her shop, because like she had bills piled up and stuff. But even with like all the things that was happening, they rallied around her, and her shop stayed open no matter the hater. And honestly, it can be that one person, and it's always that one person, or that one person who has connections that will sit there and spread a word, and you could be completely innocent. Gina was completely innocent, and she was just starting up, and they never gave her a warning. Because anybody else, if it wasn't for her skin color or anything in it, and she said in the thing, is it because I'm black? Like, if it wasn't for her, and what's crazy is her shop was nowhere near Jorge's shop. It was nowhere near Jorge's shop. But he was hating on her so much that, you know, he was hating on her so much that he would pay off the inspector. Then he had somebody break into the shop. And then all of these different things. And it's so funny because in the end, she, like, you never know who you talking to. And that's why I say leave people alone. Don't treat people, don't reject people, don't treat people mean, you never know who you talking to. So you never know who you talking to and stuff like that. So when you and I'm finna go, y'all. I'm finna get off of here because it's 9:14 now. It's 12:19 now. So when you are speaking to someone, she didn't know that the person that had been listening to on the radio was the person that they just randomly walked in her shop, and her hair was messed up and matted, and she had a wedding to go to. And she ended up getting a shout out on the radio, a station that most people listen to. And that's how not only Gina got more clientele, but she got enough money to be able to stay open and to push, because the shop wasn't a big shop. It wasn't a big shop at all. But yeah. And honestly, if y'all wanted me to do like a little review of like Beauty Shop, I will. Cause like it just reminds me of my Walmart experience. Like it reminds me of my Walmart experience. But at the same time, yeah. So I may do a Beauty Shop review. Maybe, like, I don't know. Like, I really love doing my reviews. I really love Pretty in Pink because that's something that I personally have been through and stuff like that, of people interfering in a relationship when they should just keep their mouth closed and not say anything. So that's something I've been through and stuff like that. So I really love Pretty in Pink, but I can get down with the Beauty Shop, and this is how, and this is why, like, certain movies I cannot watch. But a movie like Beauty Shop, even though with all the new like it has some type of, you know, it has certain things that, you know, are not godly, but you know, I'm a look at it from a godly standpoint, and how like dude did not, at the end of the day, dude did not succeed in tearing her business down and tearing her start down. But yeah, this is why we need to open business up ourselves, because like I would love to go back, and there's certain places for sure that have like to where like it reminds me of like my hometown, like where I'm from, like the small city outside the city. We got one store, and it was like, we honestly, I've been to multiple corner stores in different places that I lived in that city, but honestly, we'll have a tab, like she'll let us have a tab and stuff like that and all of that. So I would love to go into a black owned place to where I can buy grocery, and there is some produce, there is some people who, you know, have their like produce companies and stuff like that on shelves and stuff like that. But of course, if it's natural and they're not selling out, they're not going to want to put it on certain shelves, and certain people are not going to want it on their shelves. But it's, you know, I would love for me to go into a black owned business, and I think it's just where I live. I think it's just where I live, and just, I don't know. I've been here 10 years, and honestly, it's just like, bruh, like y'all ain't gonna learn y'all lesson, and honestly, most of them are so hard-headed, and most of them are so stubborn, and they're stuck in their ways to where the only person that can tell them anything is God. And then they'd be like, oh, well, I'm just down on my luck. No, that's God. That's all God. When you done mess with somebody, when you done talked about somebody, when you done slander somebody's name, guess what? It's all God. But yeah, y'all, but yeah, so I got to get up off of here, but I love you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video. It's gonna be the video to where I guess I'm gonna sit down. I don't know if I'm gonna sit down, y'all, and tell y'all like how God brought me here and how the move was needed. Like, it really changed my mindset, and I'll tell y'all like my mindset right now, and how God is, you know, just showing up, and how the move was needed. Like it really was needed. You know, I didn't want to, and it's so funny because people been asking me like when you over there, when you over there, and I'm like, yeah. I was like, I miss it, but then someone was like this morning, and they was like, you're patient, like you patient, like you went through all of that and you stayed. And I was like, yeah, because if at first I was healing, because, you know, I had broke my leg and stuff like that, like I was still healing. So it's just like, you know, you don't want to move too fast, you don't want to do too much, but shoot, 2025, like I was back when God allows, but yeah, like I was just going, like I was ready, and God was like, hey, like, I guess unfinished business, but you know, when God allows, I'm ready. Blow my mind with something. And that's why I done came to this high standard of, I don't fool with a man who's gonna sit there and believe. I'm not gonna fool with a man who's gonna sit there and believe anything and everything. I ain't got time for it. I ain't got the patience for it. And you can, hey, you believe what you want to believe. You can stay over there, and I'm gonna stay over here. Like, period. Period. Like, I don't like, and it's so funny. I was telling my coworker, but he's super young. He was like, man, I was mad and stuff like that. And I'm like, you a man? I'm thinking like, you a dude, so You gonna try to protect your honor and stuff like that. Me, in my grown age, I ain't got time for it. Like, you believe what you want to believe. You can sit, like, the most disrespectful thing a man could be like, well, I heard this about you, I heard this about you, but I want to talk to you, I think you sexy. Man, if you don't get up out my face, if you don't get up out my face right now, like, boy, like, I got way too, like, I would completely walk away. Like, I wouldn't take another sip of my drink, I wouldn't take another bite of food, I'd throw cash on the table and dip out. Like, stop it. Like, y'all don't let, and even with people who sit there and God vindicated y'all and stuff like that, and God has shown them like this person was lying and stuff like that, that's when you so when God vindicates you and God says and shows who was lying and who was saying this and who was saying that and stuff like that, then that's when you just distance yourself from them. Like, you can't stay cool with them after they done just disrespected you and they be done. You can't stay cool with them after they done disrespected you and believe the other person multiple times and you ain't did nothing. Like, and they be looking with, and it's just like, do you got your eyes, like, are your eyes open? Like, you finna sit here and believe this person and you see that they not doing this and they not doing this, or you not, or I'm not messing with them or anything like that. But you let them lie on me. You let them say this. You let them say that. Nah, I'm good. That's why, y'all, like I said, like I tell Instagram all the time, I'm strict with my husband. I'm strict with whoever God sends to me. If God replaced that man 1,000, if God replaced a man 1,000 times, and God be like, nope, he ain't the one, that's fine. But I know one thing, I ain't finna let a man sit there and and just just be like, oh, well, I believe this person over you, I believe that person over you. Go ahead. And guess what? I'm gonna be sitting right over here with Jesus. The only person that I would let get away with that is someone that God is telling me, like, hey, like, that's your husband and I'm gonna get him together. Okay, God, cool. Get him together and I'm gonna be over here doing what I need to do and chilling. Like, and he shouldn't worry about what I got going on if he for believing other people over me. Like, he shouldn't worry about what I got going on, because guess what, I'm not, and it's so funny because with my husband, I'm not believing nobody over him. So unless God be like, hey, like, unless God be like, hey, like, you your husband doing this, your husband doing that, da 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 da. Like, I'm not believing nobody over him. Somebody just being like, hey, you see this, you see that, you see this, and stuff like that. And it's just like, yeah. But yeah, you never gonna know if you gonna get a demon or you gonna get an angel. And at this point, for me, my kids, I'm gonna have to teach them. Like, and I say this all the time on Instagram. Like, I don't care. I'd rather work and be in my field or do something and stuff like that. And I probably still would work. I probably still would do all of that and still have kids. But when it comes to my kids, I'm gonna have to teach my babies. I'm gonna have to teach my babies. And also with, with you being set apart and you being on God's side and stuff like that, people ain't gonna like you because they got demons attached to them, or they just feel threatened or envious or jealous. And you gotta stay prayed up and keep the armor of God on you, because people will lie and people will slander your name. But yeah, so I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. I gotta get some sleep. I gotta be up at how much time? I talked too long. I love you guys though. Keep y'all head up. I don't know how to translate like someone who's going through that to where it's just like you being slandered or somebody lying on you or somebody saying this or somebody saying that. Like, I don't know how to translate that over to, like how to help you. I really don't know how to help you other than to tell you my testimony of like on the other side of the hardship, the struggle, there's a peace that God gives you. And also there's a peace that God gives you, and there's also God's vindication. So just wait on God's vindication. You ain't gotta be like, oh, you ain't gotta go off. I haven't went off. Oh, she has an attitude. She has this. She has that, and then it's just like you don't see how I'm getting treated. So I like, and I can't imagine someone who's not level-headed, who God hasn't worked on their anger, or they have like a little anger issue to where it's just like, they're chosen by God, or God is doing something in their life and they're set apart, but they have a temper. Like, I don't know how to help you with, trying to stay level-headed and letting God vindicate you and not going off on these people, even though they deserve it. They deserve it. When I say they deserve it, they deserve it. But I love you. I love you. I love you.